All right. So I also want to talk about this before we're ready to head out in a minute. So I'll tell you a story that's going on right now in my life with a girl. I was talking to one girl. Good European beer. I was talking to one girl, man, and she's legitimately a good-looking girl. She's not American, so she got a big plus for that. But the country she is from, they tend to kind of be known to have like a lot of gold digging women, complete whore women, or just completely rude women. So it's like, and they're known to be. I'm not gonna say her country origin because I'm just not gonna put anybody's business like out on the street like that. But I don't care about my personal business, so I'll tell you my business. Put my business on the street. So I'm talking to her, and great looking girl. She's I think 22 or 23 or something. And we're talking, and the first thing comes up is that she's trying to find a man to really sit down with, right? So like when the further we're talking, she goes in about. So, okay, the only reason she really wants to get married to a man, blah, blah, is because, like most women, because their friends are doing it. You see, and all her friends her age, because the country she's from, like when you hit, they consider their women old. Pretty much the rest of the world considers their women old after 25. Once they're after 25, they're old, something's wrong with them, why they're sick, which is biologically the truth. Once they hit over too far over 25, there's a reason why, a man's not sitting up with that. Okay, and it's usually very clear. It's usually very clear within, I'd say, the first week tops, and that's where this girl fit. She's headed to be that girl. She's 23 now, so she only has 2 more years. But there's usually a clear reason as to why this woman is like this. And like I said, in my experiences, you can usually pick up on it within the first 2 good conversations of why they're single. But I'd say at max. Usually by a week. Usually most women can't keep up the act too long. Like something is just not feeling right. Something's not flowing right. They're being too fake. They're trying to be too perfect. Like something is just not flowing. And you can see why no man stay around. So with this girl, we get to talk. Okay, the first huge red flag is that she's an advocate for feminism. Huge red flag. I'm telling you guys, any woman who I say, or any man who aligns with these sympathy groups like Black Lives Matter, feminism, any sympathy group, like you should like us because we were beat down, any group like that, just steer clear of them. Just do not talk to that, because I'm telling you, every group like that, they will not stop. Okay, and pay attention to this. Anybody in those groups, these people will not stop until they make you the next oppressor in some kind of way. I'm telling you, because it's their profession, it's their mental profession, and it's the mental goal is to cherry pick data to find out how they could be the new victim in a new scenario. So like that was huge. Once we got talking, because she's working on her master's degree and she's studying like international relations. In that field, she said they had to go over like feminism and other topics, and she likes feminism. So huge red flag. Second red flag, which is not really a red flag for a lot of people, but it's like I'd say for me, it is a flag. When a woman starts going, okay, and it's just the reality of the whole scenario. If she's getting her master's or higher, you're usually dealing with a very difficult woman. Okay, she's going to be difficult because, and this goes into just the reality of a woman's brain. Once they are okay, usually either you're going to deal with a very difficult woman or a very easy woman. And the reason why it's going to be one, too, the very easy woman is because, see, once they get educated, very well educated, and they start traveling, and then they see what they really have to compete with in the world, not just their zip code, okay, or not just their state or their county or or their country, but they get out to Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Germany, France, Italy, Thailand, Singapore. Once they get out to these places and they see, oh, this is where men are really going. This is what men are really going after. See, and a lot of them, they see it go ding. I can't be a BNTCH anymore. I better act like I have some sense if I want a man. So like that. But or the other opposite extreme is like, let's say the woman who she might have traveled once, and then she went off, got her master's and PhD, and she's thinking that she's just such the catch because she has an education, and she's just too difficult. Like she's thinking way more highly of herself, and it kills them. And the girl I'm talking to, she's kind of she's mixed between both of them. I'll say, like, I'm telling you my business, like you even know or care, but whatever, let's go for it. This like she's wanting to get married and have kids because all her friends are doing it. But on the other end, like she's very difficult. Like nothing ever, like I said, there's like all the humanity gets stripped out of women once they pretty much go any further than the bachelors. All their humanity begins to just leave them. Okay, or I say, higher than the bachelors, or they just once women get too much success, I'd say, like once they amass too much success, they lose every bit of humanity. Because everything with a woman is measured in how much a man's going to spend on her, or how much she thinks she's worth, and what quality man she thinks will spend money, and how much that man's going to spend. Everything about a woman is going to come back to this at some point. It's going to, because it's like they're natural bred prostitutes, and it's so deep in them they don't even realize it. They don't even see it as that, because it's like a dog that just drinks water outside at a pond. He don't see it as probably got 15,000 bacteria. It's just what he does. You see, and it's the same thing with women. Like the core is going to be prostitution. It's what quality man can I get to pay me attention and spend money on me? So this girl knows I have a flat back in me. Okay, when you travel outside the U.S. and you tell people you're from the U.S., like you are automatically a bit of a rock star just because of that. Because America just has this not stigma, but it has a reputation of being either like Americans are really dumb, or it's America. Oh my God, it's America. And usually when you're dating, it's, oh my God, it's America. So she's going to listen to something I say and put up with probably a lot more BS out of what's coming out of my mouth when I start talking. Because I'm traveling, I always got nice clothes on. I got my master's degree from the U.S. Oh, so I'm gonna have much more leeway with her than a fellow guy from her home country is gonna have. But yeah. So advocate for feminism, master's degree, or she's working on her master's degree. Every man who she's dealt with in the past, whether she literally paid all the bills or not, just quietly walked away. And then you guys remember, this is a girl in her prime, and guys are just like this woman. Oh, and then the last thing, which is what I labeled this video, she's a self-proclaimed princess and goddess. Like I'm a goddess, I'm a princess, and my daddy took care of me perfectly, so I deserve it from a man, and it was just so awkward, man. It was just really so sad. I just never wrote her back. I just never wrote. We were calling and writing, and some of this came out the conversation. Some of it came out through texting. I never wrote her back because I said something along the lines of I think it was something well, could the problem be you? And she goes, no, I'm a great cook. I'm clean. I'm a great lover. Blah blah blah. And it'll be immediate submission, just broke. Like most feminists do. Like most feminists, once you start asking them, any actual genuine intellectual issue or questions, like, well, maybe the problem's you. Like they immediately snap. Like immediately. Their primary crowds are men who don't think who don't have a high intellect, who can acknowledge all sides of what's going on right now at all times. their primary groups are guys who are really okay, or who are guys who are with low self-esteem, low intelligence, or low self-esteem or low intelligence. That those are the only types of guys who can entertain that and stay around long. Cherry picking data. Oh, women don't earn as much as men. Well, women don't even try to work in fields that men work in. So it's just like it's so mind-blowingly dumb. It's I can't even talk about it. But the self-proclaimed educated princess, you know what? And it's sad too, man. It's really sad because she is a girl. She's a pretty girl. She's a very pretty girl. If I brought her back to America, she's an immediate 10. But her mind, her brain, she is a cat woman. She owns a cat now. She is a cat woman in the making. Not like sexy cat woman, but I mean like she is a cat hoarder in the making. And it's sad because I see her now. She's young, she's beautiful. But everything that comes out of her mouth is some dumb shit. Like, and I can see it. Like, no man. She's in her prime. She's 23. And she's been through men, and no man stays around. They all just quietly leave. They don't call, they don't fight. They just, mine. And that's exactly what I just did. Just quietly left. Because this is what, it's what happens. Because one thing, the part that's, because okay, Disney movies have been raising women for at least the last 20, 30 years, right? And this is one part that, Disney, it sells a dream and it leaves out a lot of the core, realities of the dream. Meaning, what they didn't show was it Snow White? No, it was Snow White. It was Cinderella. See, Cinderella didn't show. Okay, Cinderella showed. They did show part of it. Like I said, like with women logic, they like to cherry pick for everything that makes them feel good. Now, Cinderella did show other thirsty whores going after the prince. They did, I think she had like stepsisters or something like that, and they would dress up and try to get the prince. See, but what Cinderella didn't show was the Beyoncés, the Nicole Scherzingers, all of them chasing after that man that were legit great, at least physically quality women who he probably banged out every night. See, Cinderella didn't show the other 20 other women that's better than that one princess that he ended up getting with, and he had all their numbers in their phone texting them that night. You see what I'm saying? And she was just the one who came through. Like, see, Cinderella, it doesn't show them these sides. So women are, like I said in the previous video, women only believe what they see. And what they see is usually other women's bullshit movies that don't know what they're talking about. So like they don't see like this logic of, okay, if a man is going out and let's say he's dating well, I would say Emma Watson, but she's trash now. Like I said, it's the same thing as this girl. Super educated, looks great, can't keep a man because like everything that comes out of her mouth is retarded. What I was trying to say is, see, Disney doesn't show it doesn't show the full reality. It doesn't show how guys go. How, let's say, perfect example. Let's say this woman is like a Ferrari, right? And you going out buying cars. See, now this Ferrari thinks that it's really something special in a land full of other Lamborghinis and Ferraris and McLarens, and you see what I'm saying? It's like they're thinking. See, in every woman's mind, she thinks that she's a Ferrari sitting on a Honda lot or on a Chevrolet lot. Which now that situation, and even that's, if you really want to dive into it, that's even super awkward. But see, women, they brains just don't think this intricately on the matter. But just entertain, like you gotta remember, when you want to think like a woman, what you must do is you must think as dumb as you can think as a man, then go about 3 steps lower, and that's usually where a woman's brain is. Now, every woman thinks that she's a Ferrari and that she's a special Ferrari from all the other Ferraris that men can go out and just go buy whenever they feel like it. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand that they're just another Ferrari. in a land full of men who have the money to buy. They've driven Ferraris all their life. You just another Ferrari to him. You see what I'm saying? But it's kind of weird because like I said before, like they believe that they're a Ferrari sitting on a Honda lot, which is messed up in itself already. Because as a logically thinking human male, our perspective is, well, if you're a Ferrari sitting on a Honda lot, then something must be wrong with you, and why ain't you running with other Ferraris? You see, but women's brain, you got to go lower, okay, okay. And this is where, this is how you get, 80% of women going after the top 10 to 20% of men. And it's completely ridiculous. But social media and movies have taught them over the last 20 years that they deserve it. Deserve it. And there's nothing else to think about. And a lot of times what happens is when the women get in there, they hate it because they're getting cheated. I mean, look at Marilyn Monroe. And to be honest with you, like, I didn't even know anything about Marilyn Monroe till last night. I stumbled on a lot of her videos, and I love the girl. I love her now. But when you in that league of fucking Marilyn Monroe is nothing. But see, this is what women don't understand. Like, you have to find that right balance if you want to be, But see, they can't understand it because their nature is to always go up. You see, but that's pretty much the top, is being, is in most people's worlds, is being, a Ferrari, Lamborghini. That's pretty much going to be the height. And once you end up in a league where everybody's a Ferrari, Lamborghini, then you immediately plummet. So this is why I say in other videos, like, women can never be happy. They just what their nature is tuned for. A woman just can never ever, she can never be happy for too long. She just can't. She can't. Women are not wired. Okay, men are wired to sit down and enjoy just looking outside for 5 hours and enjoy not having to do anything, having to please anybody. Like, we naturally enjoy the peace. This is why men go hunting, fishing, sitting down, chilling. See, like, we can be fulfilled. See, women's brains, they can't, as soon as they see one thing that's a little bit better, it's on a countdown. They can't be fulfilled. They just can't. And the prince, like I really wish the princess movies, if they would show the realities of it, like the reality of it. Well, because I don't know, because I think a lot of women would probably just commit suicide because they would eventually come to the reasoning of like, why even bother then? Because I'm never going to be worth much, I'm never going to be superficially worth much is what I should say. Because like I said in another video, like the number one most difficult thing for any woman on the planet to do, and I want you to listen to me on this. So I drink my delicious beer. The number one most difficult thing for women to do is to be a genuinely decent human being. That just, they hate the thought of even having to do that. This is why they put so much emphasis on how they look. They would rather fill their body up with 25 pounds of poison than to develop a personality. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, because movies and media pump them up to believe this, so they think this is the only path in life. Like, no, you can have personality. You can, try to make somebody laugh. You can be a dork. Like, some women they do, naturally fall in these anomalies of women do fall into, actually having a decent personality. For instance, I'm living in Europe, man. I don't speak none of these languages, so I watch a lot of interviews. And Selma Hayek. Now, personally, I never thought Selma Hayek was attractive. I always thought she had like manly jaws or something, like a manly face. But I tell you why I like her, man. Why I love her is her personality. And if you ever watch like interviews with her and other women sitting next to her, other women hate her. They hate Selma Hayek. When you watch like other women sit, they just look at her like. Because, and I'll tell you why. Because Selma Hayek was an anomaly of a woman who genuinely has her own personality when she talks. She's like, and I think like Marilyn Monroe. This is why other women didn't like Marilyn Monroe at the time. Like they like her now because she get makeup and all, and she got attention. They want to imitate her, but they don't like her personally. Marilyn Monroe and Salma Hayek, I put them in the same boat. When you see them and you watch them talk for it doesn't matter what the topic's on. If you see them and you watch them talk for 2 minutes, that's a different one. That's a good one. I mean, maybe not. I don't know what she's like to live with, but like at least you can talk to her. You see what I'm saying? And genuinely get like another perspective on life, and and a genuine, you feel like you're getting a genuine person, and it's not just all built up off of how her butt looks in a pair of pants and how her breasts look in her shirt. Like you feel like there's something else in there, and it's natural. And this is what women struggle with. Like they naturally just struggle with being genuine. They're just like most women. They struggle. This is why women don't make good comedians. This is why they don't make really a lot of times they don't make good television hosts. This is why most people just don't like to deal with them unless they're working in customer service or they're raising children or some form of customer service. If they're not doing anything like that, then most people just don't want to deal with them because on average they just are not good, genuine people to be around. They're good to look at. They're good to work in brothels. They're good to, try to take over a bar. They're good when they're handing you food as they're a waitress or they're on a call center call or something like that. But anything other than that, we really don't want 85% of y'all around. Just leave. Like it's sad to say, but it's the reality on it.